Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama. I mean, if you say his name 3 times, he might just appear in your house. I'm just saying. He's that dangerous. He's that lethal. He's that all over the place. 24 points, 15 rebounds in the win against the Toronto Raptors to make the San Antonio Spurs 4-0. And he did it in the most under control way I've ever seen a basketball player play a full 30 minutes. In 30 minutes of action, Victor Wembanyama scored 24 points, 15 rebounds, had 4 assists on only 8 shots, no threes, and got to the free throw line 10 times. The man got to the free throw line more times than he attempted field goals. What are we talking about here? What are we really talking about right now? He was a plus 35. The next closest on his team was a plus 20 Devin Vassell. Plus 35. Victor Wembanyama's advanced stats, and I try not to lean into this type of stuff too often, but this is just how ridiculous this man is as an offensive unit this year. His player efficiency rating is at 43, which is insanely high. He's averaging 31 points per game, 13.8 rebounds. He's doing it on 60% shooting from the field, 36% from beyond the arc, granted on low volume because he's really toned down the 3-point attempts. Again, he didn't take any in this game. 80% from the free throw line, a 68% true shooting percentage, and he's averaging 1.5 steals and 4.8 blocks. Let me repeat that last part. 4.8 blocks. Also, with 32.8% usage, he's only turning the ball over less than 2 times a game. What are we looking at right now? what exactly are we witnessing? This is a guy. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. Victor Wembanyama can win MVP this year. He can win Defensive Player of the Year this year. He can win Most Improved Player of the Year this year. Shoot, with the way he's directing all types of traffic on offense and defense, this man could be honorary Coach of the Year this year for the San Antonio Spurs, as far as I'm concerned. Victor Wembanyama is doing literally everything. He's doing literally everything. And I don't want to discredit what he's getting from his teammates. Rookie Dylan Harper has been really solid. Very solid so far to kick off the year. And again, this team doesn't even have De'Aaron Fox just yet. Stephon Castle is picking up right where he left off last year from his Rookie of the Year campaign, and he's been strong at the point guard position for this team this year. Harrison Barnes, solid fill-in. We know he's a consistent 15 to 18 points a night, just a guy who kind of fills in. So far this year, he's had a relatively slow start, but a guy that you just know on a night-to-night basis can be consistent, and you know is at least going to be a high effort perimeter defender. But Victor Wembanyama is just doing everything. And he's doing it under control. I touched on this when I first broke down Victor Wembanyama's opening night game against Cooper Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks of just understanding just how beneficial it is to be 7'4". And I'm sure that this was drilled in his head over the summer because again, he worked with Hakeem Olajuwon and Kevin Garnett. 2 players that, despite having really strong perimeter games as far as being able to put the ball on the floor, having a pretty strong dribble package for their size, and having a pretty decent mid-range shot for their size, they were the most lethal around the basket. And I'm sure it was drilled into Victor Wembanyama's head. You are 7'4", with an insane wingspan, and the kind of poise and touch around the rim to be one of the most efficient finishers in basketball. And I'm sure that being preached to him, he kind of looked at himself and said, you know what? It was nice to explore the studio space, taking 9 3-point attempts per game, but that's not what's going to make me great in this league. It's going to make me dangerous, but what's going to make me great is by leaning into the thing that I know based off of my size, frame, and ability, I can exploit in the NBA in ways that no other player in the league can. Not a Giannis, not a Jokic, not a Luka. No, no, no. Victor Wembanyama as a talent with the ball handling skill he has paired with how big he is and how versatile he is as a side to side mover, both on ball and off the ball, both on offense and on defense. Victor Wembanyama is a special two-way player. He's the front runner for MVP. It might not even be close with guys like Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic already set to miss time. And before the year started, I had my thoughts about the San Antonio Spurs, where I was like, I like Steph, I like Dylan Harper, I like Devin Vassell, and of course we know Victor Wembanyama in year 3 is bound to take a step forward in some capacity. But like they still feel like a piece or two away from being like a real playoff team. The piece or two away was just Victor Wembanyama showing us that he's just better. Very simple. The San Antonio Spurs are going to make the playoffs this year. That is a strong declaration that I'm going to make 4 games into the season, and I don't care. The San Antonio Spurs are going to make the playoffs this year, and I feel bad for whoever they see in the first round. Because they're going to hate it. And for minimum 4 games, maximum 7 games, is going to be a long series of dealing with Victor Wembanyama as a rim protector. It's going to be a long series of dealing with rim pressure from Victor Wembanyama, where he is just bigger and stronger and taller than everybody else. And if he continues to exploit it in the way that he's been able to do through these first 4 games, the San Antonio Spurs are not going undefeated this year. They're going to lose some games because there's going to be just nights where they struggle. But if Victor Wembanyama continues to lean into, give me paint touches, I want to be more dominant around the rim. Those 3-pointers are nice, but I'm only going to shoot them when it feels most evident. And just continue to grow as this high usage player that also can score at such an efficient rate, and that doesn't even factor in the fact that he's an all defensive caliber player. This San Antonio Spurs team, like, I feel bad for anybody. Like, I feel bad for anybody that has to play in the first round. That's Oklahoma City. That's the Denver Nuggets. Like, that's the Los Angeles Lakers. Like anybody who has to see the San Antonio Spurs in the first round of the playoffs is going to hate it. And it's going to be for one reason: Victor Wembanyama. This dude is insane. This dude is insane. And I know we've already talked about him this year, and I'm trying my best not to like overlap topics too much outside of the Chicago Bulls, because like that's my favorite team. So we going to talk about the Bulls every week. Best believe that. But just trying to contextualize what the heck we are watching on a night-to-night basis with Victor Wembanyama sometimes is just as mind-rattling as actually watching him do it live on a night-to-night basis. This dude is absolutely insane. And the San Antonio Spurs are going to be an absolute menace this year if they can stay healthy. And that has more to do with the health of the entire team, not just Victor Wembanyama. I think Vic has a ton to do with that, obviously, right? But if this team can be healthy, with Dylan Harper already being a productive rookie, with Devin Vassell having a strong start to the year, Stephon Castle picking up where he left off, you get back De'Aaron Fox, you still have Keldon Johnson coming off your bench. Carter Bryant is playing minimal minutes as a rookie, but a guy who at least has shown in his time on the floor that if there's one thing that's going to translate, he can still really guard at a high level. If there's anything about him as a raw talent for this team, the one thing that is going to stick out the gate is that he can be a high-level defender for this team. Yo, the Spurs, bro. The Spurs. What are we watching? Last